Look, the no-code space is growing rapidly, with more and more tools being released and all the ones building even stronger functionality. So every day the capabilities of what we can build without code are increasing, basically giving us superpowers to build, automate and scale our ideas. In one of the first videos on the channel, I shared with you guys 27 best no-code tools for building out any of your startup or business ideas without writing code. And that video has reached over 200,000 people, many of whom inform me on the tools they have been using in their business that I may have not seen before. So after trying out more tools, doing more research, checking up on other tools that have gotten major updates, I've put together a new list of tools to share with you today. The tools I'm going to share with you in this video are some of the best tools on the market. They'll allow you to build complex web apps, mobile apps, databases, automate your entire business systems, all without writing a single line of code. I guarantee you that no matter what your idea is, what industry you're in, you will find tools in this video that will change your life. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, to make this video and all these tools easier to digest, I've actually split the video and the tools into separate categories. And the first category being AI, and the first tool that we're gonna go over being Relume. Originally, Relume was actually just a components library. They had hundreds of pre-built components that you can use in Webflow and Figma to design your website at rapid speed. But they did that 1000 IQ move and turned it into an AI tool that uses their pre-built components to design a website for you. The way it works is you just describe the website that you want to build. So let's say I want a landing page for my yoga retreat. You click generate, and in real time, at high speed, it will generate you entire pages. As you can see, it can generate homepage for you as well as all the other pages that you need for your website. If you don't like something, you can move it around. Or if you want to add more, we click on the plus and then we add from all of these other sections. Once you're happy with your design, we go to wireframes, and in the wireframe, it actually designs the whole website. As you can see, it generates all of the sections that we need. It also generates the text. So it's not just some random text or lorem ipsum or some gibberish. It's actually text relevant to what we told the website is about. And if we don't like certain sections, we can click and change it. So we can, for example, change this to a video, or we can change it to an entire different component. And once you're done with all the sections, you're happy with the rough layout, you can go to click on the three dots here and then copy it to Webflow or Figma. Obviously, the designs it generates are just a wireframe, so you're going to want to build on top of that. But this is a great starting point and it will save you hundreds of hours instead of building the websites from scratch. Next up, we've got an AI app that will generate AI apps for you. You tell this AI tool the app that you want to create and it will use AI to generate it for you. Let's say we want to design an app for crypto investing. So it will ask us for more ideas. So let's say we want a market trends analyzer. It will generate more here, so the inputs that we will have and the outputs that the app will generate. So the inputs will be cryptocurrency selection and then the time range. Imagica will actually check if it supports the functions that we want. And as you could see here, all the functionalities are supported, so we can press make it real and generate our app. Still generating here, but as we can see, the predictive insights are here. It gives us a price forecast for Ethereum, telling us why it's gonna go up and how it's gone up. Market cap growth, network activity, same for the Bitcoin, same for Solana. And we built this app in literally a few seconds. So if you wanna build some AI apps and you wanna make the process as fast as possible, then check out Imagica. Now this next tool will transform the way you use AI at work forever, because it allows you to build completely custom AI applications without any code. If you've ever tried to set up your own AI chatbots and mix and match different models together, then you might have run into some problems, as with a lot of tools you have to use code, or they're very limited or they're very confusing. But in MindStudio, it's very simple. So MindStudio has already been used by Adobe, Google, Meta and other big companies within their businesses. What MindStudio promises is that they can boost your productivity with the world's best and most powerful personalized AI assistants. You can create specialized assistants for any task that you have within your business. You can compare the different models, because as we know, different models are sort of best at different things. And usually when you're trying to get AI to do a specific task, certain models are just going to come out on top. And it can be a very painstaking thing to try out all these different models, seeing which one works best. MindStudio makes it very easy because you can compare them all side to side and see exactly which one comes out on top. So let's say we want to build an AI to generate Telegram announcements. We're going to click import and it will set up the project for us. The way it works is that you have data sources, and in the data sources you can actually upload custom data for the AI to be trained on. You have functions as well, where you can set up all the different functions for your AI. User inputs, these are the inputs that the user will put in when they're using the app. So in this example, we have the long text, we have the variable, we have the label text, placeholder text, image, and we also have the workflows. If you go to the automations, you can actually see exactly what happens when we run this app. When we start, it will get the user inputs. That user inputs will basically just combine together and send that message to the AI to make it more professional and exciting. And then it will send the message on Telegram. After it sends the message on Telegram, it will give us a notification and the summary of the message and then the process will finish. As you can see here in the profiler, this is where you would compare the different models. So let's say we want to test out the ChatGPT 4 and then compare that to, let's say, Claude 3. So you could set that up and then actually play around with it. Now, we already checked out Relume for generating mockups, but what if we wanted to generate something a bit more exciting, something a bit more inspiring, or something for web apps or mobile apps? Galileo AI is a UI generator that makes it very easy to come up with design ideas. So the way it works is you describe your design and it will generate that for you. Let's say we want to design an e-com store for plants, and boom, within a few seconds it generated the home screen for us. We did mobile in this case, and as you can see, the designs are quite nice. And if you like it, basically what we can do is literally just copy it to Figma, or we could edit it. Now, next up, we've got Bardeen. Knowing this tool is literally like having superpowers, as it can save you thousands of dollars and hundreds of hours. Bardeen is currently closest we can come to having an AI assistant. Anything that you want done online that is a repetitive task can be done by Bardeen. You can use it to increase your impact, save time, leverage AI, and improve your productivity. The way it works is that you can integrate it with specific apps or websites and make it perform certain actions. The thing about Bardeen, though, is that it has pretty much integrations with anything, as it can do anything that you can do wherever you want it to do. And another beautiful thing about Bardeen is that it makes it effortless. You don't have to be an expert on automation to be able to figure out how to use it, because you can literally tell its AI what you're trying to accomplish with AI, and will come up with the different steps on how that can be automated and come up with a workflow for you. You can go to the Explore tab and go through all of the different things that people are automating. So just by going through this, you might find things that you might be doing that could be automated, but you're not automating, and end up saving hundreds of hours of your own time. Or once again, as I mentioned before, you can describe what you want automated and have Bardeen see if you can do that. Now, just knowing and using the right tools for building out your idea is not really enough to help you succeed in the world of entrepreneurship. But what can help you maximize your chances of success in business is knowledge. And what better way to acquire that knowledge than reading books from some of the most successful startup founders out there. But let's admit it, finding a spare 10 to 15 hours to read an entire book can be quite difficult in our everyday lives. That's exactly where the sponsor of today's video, Shortform, comes in. I've been using it myself to refresh my memory on key ideas and key points on the books that I've read in the past. I've also been using it to find new books to read, as well as saving a lot of hours learning about new topics. What Shortform provides are very powerful, clear, and concise guides on world's best nonfiction books. They're basically like book summaries, but on steroids. What I love about it is that the summaries are super detailed, so you can learn about all of the key points as well as ideas at depth. They also have exercises within their summaries to help you retain the information that you learn. And they don't just summarize the book, they add their own insights and their own analyses into it, helping you understand deeper about the topic. So I think Shortform is one of the most useful tools you can have in your arsenal for learning. You can use it to quickly learn about strategies and methodologies used for building startups and online businesses. I recommend checking out their summaries on the Lean Startup, Measure What Matters, and Hooked. And if you like any one of the summaries, you'll be sure that once you commit to the full book, you won't be disappointed. So click the first link in the description or head over to shortform.com/gleb to get your free trial as well as 20% off annual subscription. With that deal, you're literally paying for thousands of book guides at the price of just one book a month. Now, next up, we've got builders. So this will be mobile and web app builders. And the first tool is the one I got the most heat for. I've got multiple messages on my last video why I didn't include it on the list. Well, to do it justice, here it is. And the tool is Adalo. Adalo is a mobile-first app builder that allows you to build native mobile apps without coding. You use their drag and drop interface to build out a completely custom app. You can use it with their own database or use other external databases to make it function. And once your app is ready, you can publish it as a native app to App Store as well as Google Play, and also a web version on your domain. It has this nice canvas approach where you can see all the screens in one place and start working on them. You can also see the different interactions between the screens and how they work together. But the cool thing about Adalo is that they just added 150 new sections that you can use within your app, so you don't have to build from scratch. As you can see, they've got header sections, they've got hero sections, they've got lists, and so on and on. Now the problem with most app builders is that when you're new to app building, you're not necessarily going to be good at design, and because of that, your app could actually get quite confusing or be very cluttered and just be a pain for users to navigate through. And that's where this next tool called GoodBarber comes in. It's another mobile app builder, but it takes a slightly different approach because their entire building process actually revolves around a design system, meaning that no matter what you do to the app, it's gonna end up looking good. It's a great solution for e-commerce apps, membership apps, online courses, employee communication apps, or even some of the more custom ideas. This is definitely one of the easiest app builders. The UI is super hard to get confused at, as everything is massive and easy to understand. You can click here on the colors and fonts to edit the colors and fonts. You can edit the element styles, you can change the background, the icons, the launch screen, the theme library, and other things. If you wanted to change the structure, you click here, and then here you can actually change all of the different things. It's super easy to navigate through. Any beginner can figure this out. Now this next builder is an absolute godsend if you're a Figma designer. For those of you who don't know, Figma is one of the most popular tools for designing out web interfaces as well as doing many other kinds of design. But most people will actually start out designing their app on Figma first. So they'll design what it'll look like on Figma before bringing it into some kind of builder or sending it on to developers to design the app. But this next app called BravoStudio actually allows you to build your app within Figma itself and then just use this app to add on functionality and make it go live. The way it works, you have your design, you import it to BravoStudio, you connect your backend, you tweak your app, and you're ready to go. It has quite a lot of components and different design styles you can actually choose from. It supports a lot of native actions, for example scanning or geolocation or downloading files. It also has integrations with Stripe, Firebase, loading pages, push notifications, and of course you can publish your app to iOS as well as the Android store. Next up, we have my favorite web app builder, and it's called WeWeb. While we have a lot of other web app builders like Bubble, which try to take a holistic approach, so they literally provide it with everything. Front-end builder, it also has a back-end, it has integrations. WeWeb takes a slightly different approach, as WeWeb is only a front-end builder. And in my opinion, it's actually its strength, because they specialize in it so much. It's an amazing experience building front-ends. It's a really powerful front-end builder. You can design exactly how you want it to look like, and their UI for building is just an absolute pleasure to work with. It's beautiful. It has complete design freedom, so you can design your app to look exactly the way you want. There's a lot of different elements like data grids, kanbans, rich text inputs, and more. It has advanced logic functionality. You have this visual canvas. It's very easy to build logic with it because it's so clean and just easy to understand. If you want to add anything, we just click here on the add, and we go for all of the different elements that they have available. They have all the different layouts, buttons, input controls, data displays, authentication, landing pages, and a lot more. You can also add different plugins here. If you click plus and add a plugin, this is just some of the most common ones like Xano and Airtable. I'm sure many of you know these ones already. There's also libraries, so you can actually manage all your typography, color, and spacings and classes all in one place. You can also import your libraries from Figma. It also has a co-pilot, so you can actually ask it questions on how to help you build out certain things or help it build out elements and sections. And it also has mobile PWA functionality, so you can actually build it into a progressive web app. If you wanted to go to data, you literally just click here. You'll have an overview of all your data and all of your data functionality, and here you have the actions. This is the action tab that I was talking about. You can literally see a top-down view of everything that's happening, super clean. When you add all of the different components, it's just very easy to visualize it and understand what's going on. Now, if you've ever used Webflow, you'll love this next app because it allows you to take your Webflow designs and turn them into a web app. Now, if you're watching this video, you probably already know what Webflow is. It's one of the best website builders. While it's a very powerful front-end builder, there's only so many things that you can do with it if you're trying to build a web app. Well, that's exactly where Wized come in. Wized takes your Webflow website and adds web app functionality onto it. With Wized, you can add all of the kind of functionality that you might need for your web app. You can connect your favorite backends like Airtable or Xano and add live data and integrate your Webflow website with APIs. So if you ever wanted to build a web app and you already know how to use Webflow, but you don't want to learn another tool, check out Wized. Next up, we have another web app builder that I just discovered recently. Now, Toddle is another web app builder. They have a very clean interface for building, and for those of you who've used Framework before, you will be familiar with it, as the layout and the building process is very similar. It has a lot of integrations. It can be deployed on any code base, which is absolutely awesome. But the main thing I'd say about it is that it's actually optimized for teams. If you wanted to work on your web app with another team member, then Toddle might be the choice for you, as they specifically optimize their builder for that. You can use it for building packages, so just like small building blocks, or you can use it for building full web apps or literally just small web components. Now we're on to another builder, but this one is a very special one because it's A, open source, and B, it can be integrated on any code base. So Plasmic is a visual builder for your tech stack. And the highlight here is that for your tech stack. So if you already have your own infrastructure for your own apps and you want to integrate something on top of it, then Plasmic might be the choice for you, as it's open source and it can be integrated with any kind of code base. You're not limited to what you can integrate with it. So it can be connected to any data source, and once again, it's drag and drop. So they have pre-built components that you can choose, and you literally just drag and drop them together to build out your front end. Integrates with any code base, so that literally just gives you infinite flexibility of how you create your app. It has full flexibility, and it also has import from Figma. So if you already have a Figma design for your app, you can import it into Plasmic and it will turn that into code. And it's also optimized for collaborative experience. You can have your developers working in it as well as designers at the same time. Now, if you don't want to build your own app and you just want to innovate within your own business or a business that you work in, then you might be interested in internal tool builders. And the first one we're going to jump into is NoLoco. NoLoco makes building internal tools an absolute breeze without sacrificing on functionality. It promises to be the fastest way to create internal tools, client portals, CRMs, and other business tools. You can use it to build client portals, internal tools, flexible CRMs, and much more. Of course, it integrates with a lot of different data sources, as well as having its own database, but you can link it with everything else that you might be using within your business, like Google Sheets, Airtable, and Xano. And it has a lot of pre-built components, meaning that you don't need to be a great designer. You can just use the pre-built components for your specific use case, put them together, connect the data, and you'll have a running tool. Very importantly, of course, it has very powerful permissions feature, meaning that you can give role-based access to specific users and give user-specific permissions to make sure that people can only view the data that they have access to. And it has workflows as well as actions to help you automate different tasks within your business. Now, if you need something a little bit more powerful and something that is open source, meaning you can host it by yourself, I would recommend checking out the next internal tool builder called BudiBase. BudiBase is an open source internal tool builder that allows you to host it on your own servers, meaning that if you're working in a more corporate environment or a bigger business that wants full control over the apps that we're running, BudiBase might be the choice for you there. It's a one platform for many solutions, so you can also create management apps, portals, admin panels, forms, approval flows. You can connect all the different data sources together. You can also once again set up permissions. But the most important thing about BudiBase is that it has enterprise-grade security. It's built to scale in mind. It's open source and self-hosting, and it's really, really flexible. Now, this next one is not really an internal tool builder, but rather a database tool. Basically, what it allows you to do is to connect all of your data together in one place and have it as a spreadsheet. You take all your data, combine it in one web source, and you can also connect triggers to it, so you can have that data interact with webhooks on other websites, have certain actions like notifications and things like that. And then you can have it all in like an intuitive UI that's easy to use and easy to understand. You have different views of your data. Due to its functionality, there's endless use cases. You can use it as a CRM, you can use it for project management, operations, inventory management. It's pretty awesome. They're built to scale, meaning that like it can literally scale to like millions of rows, so you don't have to worry about that. The coolest thing is that it's community driven, that there's a big community behind it that can help you integrate it within your business and help you troubleshoot things. And as I mentioned before, it's open source. Last but not least, on internal tools, we've got another powerful tool called Parabola. Parabola basically allows you to take all your processes, all your workflows, put them in one place and allow everyone from your team to collaborate on it in one area. It turns messy data into automated workflows without code. The way it works is very simple. You take all your data, put it in there, and you build and automate your workflow logic on there. They're beautiful drag and drop builder, no coding required. From that, you can organize and centralize all your workflows in one place, so your employees don't have to jump between different tools and different spreadsheets and different documents and different databases to complete everyday tasks. Instead, they have it all in one place, improving their efficiency, and you can visualize all the data with different reports, so you can see how everything's performing all in one place. Next up, we've got a category that I like to refer to as infrastructure tools. So these are the tools that will run your startup or your business on the back end. And the first one being Buildship. Now, Buildship is more of a low-code tool and is designed for creating APIs. While it's low-code, it still has a lot of no-code functionality that you can use for your web apps or your mobile apps. So Buildship allows you to build powerful APIs, backend tasks, and automations in minutes. Did their visual backend builder, and all of that is also powered by AI. As you can see here, you basically build all these different nodes and you connect them together to build out your API calls. They actually have an AI node generator. So you literally tell it what kind of API call you're trying to build and it will generate that node for you. You can either start with their templates, as they have quite a lot on there. They have either a built-in database that you can use, or you can connect an external database. Like a popular choice there will be a Firebase, Postgres, Supabase. Next up, we got Xano. Xano is one of the most popular backend database tools for no-code app. It is HIPAA, GDPR, and all of ISO, SOC2 compliant, so you can use it for many kind of enterprise and large business scenarios. It has a no-code API builder, as well as a flexible database and a scalable server. So you can basically set up all of your backend. So you can basically use Xano to set up all of your backend needs. You can use it for the database and then use it for setting up the API calls for your web app, and do all of that without code. But it's still developer friendly, so if you want to get developers on board later and integrate deeper functionality, you can do that. It has no record limits, you can store as much data as you need, and most importantly, is scalable by design. A lot of people worry when they start building the no-code that it's not scalable. That's not true. A lot of tools like Xano are built for scale in mind. You can use it when you just start building your startup and scale to thousands and thousands of users. Next up, we've got a great monetization tool for mobile apps. If you decide to build a mobile app and you need a way to monetize it, then RevenueCat is a great choice, as it's one of the most popular tools for monetizing your in-app purchases on iOS as well as Android. You can integrate it quickly into your app with one API and start processing payments straight out of the box. They have very good track record. There's literally like 1.2 billion API requests daily and over $3 billion of revenue being processed every year. They have native paywall templates, so you can actually build paywalls within it and then monetize the tool itself. You can optimize your paywalls for specific audiences, integrates with many different tools out there without needing to code. Next up, we've got tools that will basically put your business on steroids. PipeDrive lets you track your sales pipeline, manage leads, and automate your entire sales process. It's a CRM software that allows you to manage leads, yet it can use AI and automations to nurture your leads. It's very flexible, meaning that you can customize it exactly the way you want for your business. It has a lot of data and graphs options, so you can actually see the performance of the entire sales pipeline. You can connect with pretty much any app to set up notifications, as well as all different kinds of automations. It's also got AI built to it, and they've done it really well. One of the things the AI can do is like spot patterns within your pipeline to help you prioritize the most important sales. They also have AI built in for responses, for emails, so that you can get back to your clients faster and make sure you're getting back to them with the right tone, with the right grammar. You can also use AI to like summarize emails as well as entire message threads, so you can quickly overview them. And it's also got AI recommendations to help you integrate other apps with PipeDrive to improve your sales process further. Next up, we got PopUpSmart. It's a tool that allows you to build pop-ups in seconds without writing any code. So if you already have a running website, an e-commerce store, or you sell anything online, pop-ups can increase your conversion rates by quite a lot. So you can use pop-ups to increase your conversions. You can promote certain products. So if you're having a sale or you're trying to push more traffic to a certain product, you can use that. You can use it for that. You can have pop-ups on when customers abandon their cart. You can use it to collect feedback, get more phone calls, or to even grow your email list. But the main thing is that they have a very easy to use builder where you can just drag and drop different components together and build your pop-ups all without coding. Super fast. Now the next tool is very useful for marketing as well, and it allows you to create forms without code in seconds. It's probably one of the easiest form builders I've ever used. It has this awesome section as well that I love, where you can describe your form and it will generate that for you, or you can import your questions, like whatever questions that you want to have in a form, and as well as like the different context, it'll also generate that for you. You can import a form from other tools like Jotform, Typeform, even a URL, or you can generate it from a PDF. So you have a PDF with questions, you can just drag and drop it here and it will generate a form for you from that. It integrates with many different tools like Airtable, Notion, Google Sheets, and many more. And it allows you to build like your forms as complicated as you want. They have many different kinds of things that you can add to your forms. It doesn't have to be just questions. You can add scheduling in there, you can add file uploads, capture. They have a lot of options. You can even accept payments from it. You have multi-page forms, so if somebody answers a certain question a certain way, they will take them somewhere else rather than the other answer. You have conditional logic, logins, scheduling, and more. It's one of the most powerful no-code form builders out there. If you ever need a form for your business, I would recommend checking it out. Next up, we've got LinkDrip, and LinkDrip is one of the easiest to use link engagement tools. So if you're running traffic to any of your businesses or any of your products from multiple sources, LinkDrip can help you set up links that you can use to track where all the traffic is coming from, all in one place. You can also use it to set up QR codes to target offline audiences. You can also create like overlays, like the call to actions on your pages from those links. And it's got A/B testing, so you can send people from one link on 2 different pages to see which one performs better. You can customize your links so to make sure they have the right preview on all the different social media platforms. You can add UTM tags to see where your leads are coming from. They have pixel integration, so you can also use it for retargeting. Next up, we've got Spline, and Spline is a web-based 3D editor. Now, if you've ever seen websites like these, with all this kind of crazy 3D animations, chances are they've been made with Spline, and it's all done on web. You don't have to download any external software, you can all do it for here. They also have an AI 3D generator, so you can literally just describe what you want generated, and it'll generate a 3D image of that, which is pretty cool. It can save you a lot of time if you're generating big projects. It's got AI style transfer. They've got a lot of features, like basically anything that you need out of 3D editor, it's got it. You've got 3D modeling, you've got animations, you can use it for interactive experiences, sculpting, you've got all the different material layers, it's got physics, and even in-game controls. Next up, we've got MockPlus, which is basically like Figma but on steroids. This tool allows you to create UI as well as UX designs on the web, but you can make them interactive. So you can design an entire web experience that still has interactions. So like all the different animations, different pages popping up and things like that. It's got also good user flows, so once people click on your prototypes, they'll be taken to other pages. And it's got collaborative features, so multiple people can work together on the same design. They also have a lot of templates and UI kits that you can use to start building, so you don't have to do it all from scratch. Next up, we've got all-in-one workplace tool. Now, Coda is becoming one of the hottest tools to bring all your team members in one place. It's very minimal in design, but yet very flexible tool for team management. It literally lets you get rid of most of the apps that you use for your work and put it all in one place. They've basically taken Google Docs, spreadsheets, AI and online apps, merge it all together, and that's what you get Coda. They've got Bright Apps, which basically replaces Google Docs. It's literally like a document that people can read through. They've got Hubs, which replaces places like Notion that you can use to manage your information in a hierarchical way. They've got Trackers, which replaces a lot of tools like Airtable, Trello, and things like that, where you can basically set up trackers completely custom for your business to manage the processes of all your different employees. It's got applications, so you can sort of build mini internal tools within it to have the exact dashboards and the exact solutions that you need for your business. It's got AI chat, so if you don't know how to do something, you can literally speak to AI, it will help you set it up. It's got AI assistant that can help you writing notes, summarizing things, and affecting your emails. HelpJuice is another powerful tool for your business. It can be very powerful for your customers as well as your own employees, as with HelpJuice you can create massive knowledge bases all without writing a single line of code. You basically take your data, combine it all in one place, and then you have this powerful search bar that either your employees can use to find specific pieces of information, or the customers can use to get their questions answered in one place. It's got a very powerful text editor that you can use to write out your answers and edit the information in the way that you want. It's got analytics, so you can see actually how many people are using your knowledge bases. It's got a files manager where you can manage all of that information, all of the data in that knowledge base, and it's got like an easy way to import data. You can literally just drag and drop all your data and set it up within it. You can interlink, so you can add links from one article to another. Now this next tool is absolutely crazy, as it's basically an AI data scientist. Look, back in the day, if you wanted to do any kind of data science, it would actually take quite a long time and you need to hire some experts. But now, obviously AI, you can let the AI do the data science for you to help you guide your decisions. They promise to be the fastest and most precise no-code AI tool ever. They help you turn AI into ROI by going from raw data to predictive models in minutes. It can help you with revenue prediction, sales forecasting, energy consumption, predicting stock prices, credit card risk scoring, churn prediction, fraud detection, and a lot more. They also got this awesome service where you can hire data scientists for just $1,000 a month. So these are PhD data scientists that help you do anything that you want with your data and combining that with AI models. And click the video on the screen now to learn all about 5 no-code millionaires.